Hello everyone, I just wanted to quickly give my thoughts on the changes that are being made to Mei on June 10th. Although my voice is going to be really nasally in this video, I'm kind of sick right now. Oh yeah, hold on, before we start, we gotta talk about something. Listen please, my child, Mei, she is very sick, and the only way to cure her is to get coached by me, boys. Go down in the description and message me by Discord. You can message me by Twitter, send me an email. I will make sure your Mei is the best, even if she got fucking neutered, bro. I will make sure you are the next best fucking Mei. The startup of 5P has been buffed just a little bit. Right now it is a 5 frame normal, so I don't think they're gonna make it 3 frames, so it's almost definitely 4 frames now. This would have a lot of implications, especially if 3K, well, we'll get to that. I can't really name any specific situations where a 4 frame jab is much better than a 5 frame, but now it's just kind of easier to jab things out of people. Like Arc, you're gonna have 1 more frame to react now, and that's nice, you know, it's nice. For 6P, they say they adjusted the animation of opponent character on hit. Really, none of us have any fucking clue what this means. It's gonna mean the combos are better, the Oki is better, or it really just means fucking nothing. But, you know, I just had to mention it just in case. And now for my favorite change for Mei in the whole patch, is that they reduced the startup of Mei's 5K. When I made the How Mei Should Be Buffed video, also rip, bro, that thumbnail was accurate as fuck. I talked a lot about how 5K doesn't really have much utility over 2S or 5H, just because it wasn't that much faster than 2S, and it didn't have any disjoint compared to 5H. But now that 5H potentially has no more disjoint and is made faster than 2S, it now has utility in neutral that it didn't originally have, which I'm really happy to see. Especially with how it seems they're going to want Mei to play more as a counter poke character instead of a patient walling character. I think this is going to be a really interesting change and might be our main button now actually. And also with the counter hit changes, the combos here could be really consistent now. Like 5K 6H was always good and an option, but now you can always get it on counter hit to my understanding. But we'll see once it comes out. For 2K, they decreased the knockback of it, which I think is almost exclusively so that it always combos into her sweep now. Because the problem before is that 2K and 2D have basically the exact same range. So when you hit somebody of 2K, it would push them out of the range of 2D. So now with the reduced knockback, you should theoretically always be able to hit the sweep, which is a really nice quality of life change. I don't really know the implications of 2K on counter hit, but it could lead to really nice combos. It's to be seen. Now, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room, okay? I woke up and immediately saw this and fucking cringed, bro. I was not ready to read what bullshittery has happened. Our 3K slide is no longer a hard knockdown, it is now a soft knockdown. For the people who don't know the difference, a hard knockdown, your opponent is forced to stay on the ground for a little while, which lets you set up a jump or an instant air dash or a close slash. It's very helpful for getting your offense started. A soft knockdown means that you're not forced to stay on the ground at all and can immediately roll away from your pressure. So basically now, anytime you land a 5P into a 3K, you no longer get a safe jump versus overhead kiss versus low mix-up, and the opponent can immediately just tech out. You're technically +4, but they're going to be so far away, there's nothing you can actually use to push your advantage here, at least as far as we can tell right now. The sheer amount of implication this brings can't even be fully covered in this video. But basically now, anytime we get a combo off of jab, there's no worthwhile ender we can use. Because if we use Dolphin, we're going to be, well, spoilers, we're probably going to be around 0 on hit, which is not a good knockdown and could cause us problems. And of course, if we choose to just combo into 3K as usual, the opponent can immediately tech away and go back to neutral, unlike before where they were forced to eat a freeway mix-up. On top of this, we're now forced to play around DPs or reversal supers, as well as potentially backdashes and jabs and just all those ugly things that normally JH would just cover. This change also plays with the opponent's psyche a lot, because previously if they were to get poked out or punished by 5P, they know that their offense is done and your offense starts right there, which not every character really had. Now even if they get poked out, they don't really have to care because they immediately return to neutral, or can even immediately poke back with some kind of move into an RC. It's quite a big change for them, and it's going to be very hard for us to make them really scared of our offense now. Our one consolation here is that 5K does combo now and is faster, although it is 2 frames slower probably than the original 5P, but it's just not that great, you know, it really doesn't feel good, man. This also has a lot of implication for neutral play, as one of our best options for dealing with wigglers, or people that just walk back over and over, is to do an overshoot 3K and immediately start our offense. This was obviously risky without meter, but now at this point there's almost 0 reason to do this without meter, just because there's going to be no knockdown and no reward, and if they block it, well, we're going to get fucking destroyed for it, and it's just not worth going for anymore. I'm not going to dwell too much harder on this right now. I need to see more in game how the 5K changes mesh with this new change here. But right now, as it stands, it feels really bad. It's going to change Mei insignificantly on the tier list and in terms of her matchups. We'll just have to see it through. I don't know what to say right now, you know. But now let's move on to 5H. What they did basically is that they reduced the damage on hits, and they made your hurt box stick out a bit more during recovery. Overall, I'm not too angry about this one. They're lowering the damage overall in Guilty Gear right now. And as well, if you got a double 5H in a combo, it significantly increases the damage you would normally give to the opponent. The 5H hurt box change you're going to have to see in game, because if it's just like a small little change, it's not going to be a big deal. But some characters did have a hard time with punishing this, so I can see this making it easier for them. And that's fine. I mean, if I whiffed it, I do have to kind of face some consequences. I'm not super angry about this. And for 6H, all they did is reduce the damage. This move was always memed for being such a high damage combo starter. And well, I mean, of course it was going to get its damage nerfed if the thing they want to nerf was damage, you know. For sweep though, it made the hitbox bigger and your hurt box bigger, which makes sense. But yeah, I'm really happy about this one because it'll be a big quality of life buff. Because now I think 2K2D will almost always combo unless Arcs is fucking fucked up. Goddamn, I really hope they don't. That's our one buff, bro. I really want it. This was something I actually talked about in the original how I would buff Mei video. So I'm happy to see this added in. And of course, sweep was always one of the cooler buttons and it's useful around start. So it could have more utility in neutral now. I'm fine with this. I'm happy with this. For the JP and JK changes, I don't fucking care and I don't really know. I mean, maybe we'll give some cool combos in a game, but we're gonna have to wait and see, you know. Let's just wait it out. For the next biggest change for Mei this patch, unfortunately, they added recovery to Mei's J2H or jump heavy slash. Now, we're gonna have to wait and see just how much lag has actually been added and what exactly this entails. But depending on how much lag there's added, for example, we are gonna lose a lot of cool stuff from the 4-way throw mix-up. There's a big chance now that after you throw someone and you do the J2H whiff, you might be able to get thrown or DP'd out of the overhead kiss mix-up. Before it always beat foes, but now they may have even more options to stop them from getting grabbed. If this is true, this is an incredibly big deal for overhead kiss mix-ups, and I really hope it's not the case. And also, there's a small chance that a J2H safe jump could be beaten by a delay grab on wake up, and I really hope that's not the case. I'm dropping the character if it's like that. Oh shit, I forgot to mention fucking 2H. So let's talk about that move. So basically, it now launches the opponent lower than it did before, which I think is going to have a few implications that could be interesting. And because spoilers, they made vertical up dolphin bounce a bit higher on hit. So now you can do 2H into up dolphin potentially, and give yourself some nicer combos. We'll see how it is in game. We don't really know what it looks like yet, but that's an interesting change. This is going to change our BMBs a lot. I hope 2H into Yamada still works. We'll see. I really just don't know, man. We don't know how much lower it is, but it could be interesting. I hope it's cool. Moving on to S Dolphin and Heavy Slash Dolphin. Basically, they decreased the damage, which, I mean, whatever. They're trying to lower damage from Maeve, and, you know, you do that. But they also added this weird-ass change where active frame is now increased when the button is held down. I've had some people theorize you can make the dolphin shorter, but from the way they wrote this, I think you're just committed to the dolphin, but you can make it even go longer. Which is, I mean, I don't even know what to think of that. I mean, could be interesting. We'll see. And also it says, now maintains momentum after landing on whiff. I don't really know what this means. Could be good. I don't know. Whatever. For vertical S Dolphin, they say now that the movement speed can be increased when the button is held down, which actually is pretty interesting. It can make for good instant overhead now. Could even, like, potentially combo. And because they reduced the recovery on it, it could combo for sure. And that just could be good for beating low moves because it moves so fast. I mean, we don't know how much faster it really moves, but could be interesting, you know? I'm excited to see what this does. They also reduced the lag on hit, which is really nice because right now, whenever you hit Soul with a up dolphin, you can immediately mash 5k and you're forced to block it, and that feels really fucking stupid. Fuck you, Soul. So now I'm happy that we can maybe air dash back. I mean, who knows? We don't know the numbers, right? But we'll see. But for Heavy Slash Up Dolphin, this actually wraps up into the 2H change from earlier, where if you hit them with the downwards hit, it bounces them up higher for combos. So now if you do like close slash 2H and then Up Dolphin, you might potentially be able to get even some nicer combos mid-screen, which is one of the biggest flaws of Mei before, because you couldn't get much combos mid-screen. We'll see. I don't really know what this implies. We'll see once we actually get it on June 10th, you know? Could be cool. And to double down on this, they also increase the speed of descent after hitting the opponent. So that's like doubly opening you up for combos. Pretty interesting. I'm excited to see. The final change we're going to talk about today is about the wonderful and dynamic fuck my life. Orca, okay? So basically, when it's blocked midair, the opponent can land more quickly after. Now this really sucks for Orca mix TM, because right now the best counterplay is to jump back. But even if they get hit by it, I mean if they block it, you can usually RC, but now they're going to land faster, so maybe they can play around it better. I don't really know how much faster they land. And it has increased recovery if you have no RC as well. So if you actually do go for it, we're Omega fucked. Also, I'm not going to cover universal changes, bro. I don't get half of this shit, bro. I'm small brain. I play Mei. I'm not going to give too much thoughts until the actual patch comes out, but I am really worried and upset about the 3k and J2H changes. I think the damage reduction would have made her more fair, or at least one or the other, 3k or J2H, not both. Just doesn't feel good, but maybe we'll get some hopium. 5k, I'm happy I got my 5k buff. I'm happy that, 2k 2d always combos consistently now. We'll see once the patch comes out, and thankfully some of our worst matchups got nerfed. Sorry, I'm not redoing this take, but some of our worst matchups did get nerfed, so we'll feel some good stuff. Also, Kai got buffed though, so big rip, I guess. That's all I got today though. Let me know down below what your thoughts are, and I hope to hear from you guys soon, and just have a great day, y'all.